Alrighty, so let's talk about property and what's happening at the moment. So I'll focus predominantly on the Victorian and Sydney markets because they're the largest ones and that's where predominantly the majority of our clients are buying. For all of those people that are out there trying to get into the market, I feel for you. It is so strong at the moment. Property selling $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 above reserve. So let's talk about why is it happening at the moment. It's demand and supply every time when it comes to property. So at the moment, we're still seeing not a large amount of properties on the market, but a huge amount of demand. So why is the demand there? And I just put it down to one word: certainty. COVID, lots of uncertainty. Come January this year though, especially here in Victoria, what we've started to see is people feel much more comfortable and confident with regards to their incomes, right? So they're saying, you know what, I think not only am I going to have a job, but I'm feeling a lot more confident about the level of income I'm going to earn. Actually didn't drop away too much whatsoever through COVID. And at the end of the day, I'm interested and I'm keen to go and get into the property market. So it's certainty around income. It's certainty around interest rates. So we're seeing low interest rates out in the marketplace at the moment, and the outlook for those interest rates is that they're going to continue to be low for a period of time. The other part of it came out of COVID was people are feeling really comfortable and sometimes possibly surprised with their capacity to save. So not only are they sitting on more savings than what they probably were 12 months ago, they're just feeling much more comfortable and confident around the management of their own money. So they're sitting saying, okay, well, if I've got stability in my income and I've got low interest rates and I've got this newfound capacity to make repayments or feel comfortable about repayments, well, hey, why wouldn't I jump in now? There's also this element of fear of missing out as well too. So overlaid over all of this is these incentives that have been put out by the various state governments, and particularly here in Victoria, you're seeing, especially with first home buyers, lots of people in the market. So there's this fear of missing out. More people in than basically that are selling. So then you sit there and you go, right, well, what's going to change things? Like, is this just going to continue and continue? It isn't going to continue and continue in my eyes anyway. Predominantly because there's always a balance between what someone can afford. So there's affordability. So whilst you might, all of the things that we've spoken about there, at the end of the day, even if interest rates are low, there is a cap with respect to what people can afford to actually purchase. And there is also lending standards around that basically state that are going to restrict for people from being able for it to continue to go, I should say, nuts forever and a day. So affordability is one of those things. Supply. If it's a demand and supply equation, well, for things to slow down, the supply needs to pick up. I don't know if the supply side's going to pick up because there's a whole host of people having to sell their properties, but there could be a lot of people coming into the market saying, hey, look what my neighbour just sold their joint for. Why wouldn't we put ours on the market? If we've been thinking about moving, why wouldn't we do it now? And the final one maybe that would start to see things slow down is, I touched on before, incentives. So the unwinding and the removal of those incentives, which will start to happen. They're going to happening from the end of March through to the end of June and then beyond. So when you start to see some of those unwind, especially for first home buyers, that might start to take a little bit of a heat out of the market. So the question, especially for those that are still looking to buy but haven't quite bought yet, the people that wait more often than not end up paying more. And now is no different. My advice or guidance is no different. So make sure you know your numbers, and provided you know your numbers, now's as good a time to buy as any.